Here's how you can turn your workout into a video game. I've been working out for 2 to 3 years now, and I used the 5-step method that made my workout a lot more fun and my fitness journey a lot more rewarding. Before I explain this method, I think understanding why gamifying your workout can be beneficial is very important for the method to work. After all, nothing beats the feeling of finding the reason why you like a game you recently started or have been playing for a while. With that being said, let's begin. I think I can say that most of us enjoy playing video games because it can help us escape from real life. But there's actually similar things that both have. For example, leveling up. In Lethal Company, you start out as an intern, but as you get more scraps, complete each mission by meeting the quota and not dying, you level up to part-time and eventually to the boss rank. In real life, specifically in the gym, if you start doing bench press with just the bar, but you keep training and making sure your nutrition goals are met, you'll eventually able to add 5 kilograms to each side. Obviously, it's not as cool as having the title boss in Lethal Company, but if you have the same mindset from the game in your workout, you'll start to find that every set of bench press that you do gets you more experience point or XP that allows you to level up. I think video games in general are great at showing you that you're getting XP by doing a task, quest, or objective, and they did this by showing you an actual bar or the amount of XP that you need to level up. Now in your workout, you can actually see the experience points as well just by looking at the amount of rep that you can do at a certain weight. So let's say you were able to bench press the bar for 8 reps last week. Try and see if you can do 10 in your next workout. If you're able to do 10 reps, that means you've leveled up. Since the optimum amount of reps to build muscle is between 8 to 12, once you're able to hit 12, you should add more weight to the bar, and this also means that you've leveled up. I think viewing your workout with a video game mindset can make the process a lot more fun and rewarding, especially when you level up your hip thrust. Step 1. Create clear and realistic goals. Another great thing about video games is that it seems so clear to us what we need to do in the game, like our objectives. For example, in Baldur's Gate 3, our journal can show us all of our quests and the first step towards completing each quest, guiding us easily throughout the game. Step 1 is essentially figuring out exactly what you want out of your workout and creating a step-by-step guide for you to follow. When you know the kind of body that you're aiming for and the things you need to do to get there all written or typed down, your first step towards your goal becomes a lot lighter. This is because having an objective that's very clear can help us take action a lot easier, and over time it can grow our confidence by completing more tasks. Which would really help us when times are tough because you know you've done similar tasks in the past. Now when you're setting your goals, make sure that they are challenging but still realistic. Goals that are challenging is going to make the process a lot more exciting and achieving them a lot more rewarding. For example, back when Call of Duty was not dog shit, we would need to do some actions to get a rare skin on the weapon we like. In Black Ops 2, if we want to get the diamond camo on the MP7, we need to unlock all weapon camouflage for each gun of that specific weapon type. And boy, that took me months to do because I was not good at the game. But when I got it, I felt like I was good at the game even though my KD was negative. Besides having a goal that's challenging, your goal has to be realistic as well. For example, let's say you weigh around 50 kilograms and you want to bulk up to 70 while being a natural. You can't set a goal like, oh, I'm going to bulk up to 70 in a week. That's just not possible. Now, in order to find out whether your goals for your physique is realistic, you need to do some research online. I recommend that you check out Jeff Nippert, Jeremy Ether, and Dr. Mike Isertel to start off your research. So if you want to start turning your workout into a video game, you have to create clear, realistic, and challenging goals. Step 2. Divide your main quest. This second step is going to help us achieve the goals that we've set in step 1 in a realistic way. And it does this by dividing the actions that we need to take in order to get to our desired physique. In Skyrim, there's plenty of subquests that will help you, the Dragonborn, complete the main quest, which is to kill Alduin, right? The subquests that the game shows us can both directly and indirectly help us in completing the main quest for the storyline. Not only that, these subquests are probably a lot easier to do than completing the main quest right as you leave Helgen. Hell, you probably don't even know how to find Alduin, let alone defeat him. So in your fitness journey, you need to divide the main quest into smaller subquests where each will get you closer to your goal. With step 2, you want to make sure that your subquests are both actionable and timely. Meaning, it's a sub-quest that you can complete with relative ease on a time frame that you set up for yourself. For example, let's say your main quest is to gain 10 kilograms in 6 months, which is possible and realistic. Some of your sub-quests might be working out in the gym consistently for 2 weeks, learn 2 meal preps recipes by the first month, or achieve calorie and protein goals for 3 days straight. Having the main quest be divided into smaller or bite-sized pieces is going to let you take actions more easily without getting overwhelmed with the main quest. So in order for you to complete your main quest or goal, you have to divide it into smaller subquests. Step 3. Get gains through pain. Whether you're currently deranking in Valorant or losing all of your scraps in Lethal Company, we've all experienced the pain of losing in video games. But nothing can come close to the feeling of losing and dying in a Souls game. The main thing that a Souls game can teach us is that they are fucking difficult. So difficult that it made us enjoy the game even more. But why is that? Well, it's because of a common phenomenon that I've learned over the years of working out, and it's been shown violently in any Souls game, and that is, the harder it is to beat a boss or to achieve something after putting in so many tries, the more satisfying it became when achieving it. This is because our perceived satisfaction increases the more effort we put into it, and because we stand a lot to gain from those harder things. Now in real life, achieving a great physique is the same as trying to beat Melania in Elden Ring. As in, it's hard to achieve and you need to put in the time and effort. But there's an important difference between the two that you need to know. In video games, if you die, you can just respawn and you can try again in relatively less time. Whereas in real life, it might take you a bit more time and effort to achieve something great, that being your physique. Now even though there's a difference, the same phenomena still exist. So imagine you start seeing your future physique the same way you look at Melania when you're trying to beat her. You'll realize that your efforts towards achieving your future physique can get you a whole lot of satisfaction. So let's embrace the pain to get some gains and move on to the next step. Step 4. Be grateful for small victories. In life and in video games, we're not always gonna lose. Sometimes we'll win big and sometimes we'll have small wins. In Lethal Company, you and your friends might only get a couple of scraps from doing a run on Assurance and barely left the planet with your squad intact. Now you'd probably not get a higher grade than C, but still, you got some scraps and only 2 of your friends got killed. And that's still a win. When working out, we're not always going to be able to progress quickly on a movement. So sometimes, instead of adding a 5 kilogram plate, we can only add 2.5. This is not a loss by any means. In fact, it's actually a win for us because we're still making progress. Sure, it might feel better to progress by adding a 5 kilogram plate, but if doing that gets us closer to an injury, then that small win of adding the 2.5 might have actually saved us. Also, making a small progress on a movement that we've been doing for a long time is a normal thing, and it might be time for you to change the movement with similar variations. For example, changing your barbell bench press to a dumbbell bench press. Now, even though you change the movement, you're still making progress on the same muscle group, whether that be big or small progress. So any progress that we make is very precious, especially if you're a natural lifter who's been working out for years. So be grateful for the small wins because you're still making progress and you might learn a thing or two about your body. Step 5. Reward yourself from time to time. Now, how can I talk about games without mentioning one of the biggest aspects of modern video games? Cosmetics. From Counter-Strike to Fortnite, we've all seen how far companies are willing to do to drain their players dry with stickers, in-game skins, and even animations. Now, buying or owning these things doesn't actually mean that you're cracked at the game. Most often, you probably bought it to feel good and to keep lying to yourself that it's an investment. But rewarding yourself when you make progress is actually pretty useful. Let me explain. So making progress in your workout can sometimes become dull and not as exciting. Now, seeing ourselves go from 50 kilograms to 55 is definitely amazing, but there are going to be a few moments where you wish something exciting would happen. Because after all, your fitness journey can be a long one, but it doesn't have to be boring. That's why in this last step, I wanted to tell you that it's really fine for us to treat ourselves once or twice after weeks of making progress in the gym. This is because treating ourselves can help us keep making progress and make the process a lot more fun and exciting. Now, rewarding yourself from time to time doesn't only mean buying new gym apparel or having a large feast. It could mean cooking your favorite post-workout meal or a short hiking trip. Whatever reward you plan on giving yourself in the future, just make sure that they are well earned through your progress in the gym. And no, you can't just be giving yourself rewards every day. So if you want to make your workouts fun and exciting, make sure that you reward yourself from time to time. And that was the 5-step method of turning your workout into a video game. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate if you could give this video a like, and if you're looking for more self-improvement videos or content, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel because I'll be making more of these in the future. Stay awesome.